word.
Thank you so much for joining.
We are glad you tuned in.
Yes, and of course, today is always a day, like Mondays are very hard, but we're so glad that you're tuning in.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
Thank you for joining us on your first Monday.
Yeah.
Your Monday of the week.
Oh, yeah. It's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun. I have a friend who actually wakes up to our program.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we're so loud?
It's her alarm clock.
Really?
Yeah, at 7:40.
Oh my God! You know
every
how
morning.
like in old American movies, like the alarm is always the radio.
Yeah.
Good morning, Seattle.
Right.
It's a nice day. It's 76 degrees. So
I used to do that. I used to do that when I was younger. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Had those digital clocks. Yeah.
Maybe did you watch that old? I'm sure you did. That old Robin Williams movie, Good Morning Vietnam.
I think I did a lot.
Good morning. Maybe we need to start doing
Yeah.
something like that.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. And we are going to talk about everything cheese because we are going to the cheese shop. Okay. It really is amazing, isn't it? So, and I feel, and I know someone actually, and he is an older gentleman.
Okay.
And he is a huge fan of cheese. And it surprised me because you would think that older Korean people, you know, maybe would have a hard time with certain type of cheeses, but he loves it all.
Just likes it all.
So I think for me, I like certain types of cheeses, but there are people who just love anything cheese.
Anything cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. There are some cheeses I like and some that I could live without.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay. So everyone, think about what kind of cheese you like, and let's go ahead and look at our expressions for today. If something is in short supply, how much do we have?
There's not a lot.
Yeah. Okay. How about if you do something right away?
Immediately. As soon...
바로?
Yes.
Okay. Remind one of something or someone.
So this makes you remember someone or something else. So in your brain, there's a connection. You hear A, it makes you think of B.
Ah, got it. Okay. Let's see how this expression is used. Let's go ahead and listen to our power dialogue. Anton, I'm surprised to see you back so soon. What can I help you with today?
When you told me your sheep cheese was in short supply, I decided to come back right away.
It really is amazing, isn't it?
It reminds me of when I traveled in the south of France 10 years ago.
Cheese can do that. It's unlike other foods in how it evokes memories.
I believe you. I was eating some really terrible cheese the other day and thought of grade school.
Please open your book to page 98. You can find our Power English dialogue there. Let's begin. Michelle says, Anton, I'm surprised to see you back so soon. What can I help you with today? Okay, so Anton loves this cheese shop, and he's back, okay? And Anton says, when you told me your sheep cheese was in short supply, I decided to come back right away. Okay, so Anton seems to like sheep cheese. It's not common. In Korea, you can get goat cheese.
Right.
Yeah. Sheep cheese is not common, but I'll tell you something. I'm a fan of feta cheese. And feta cheese is a combination of sheep and goat's milk.
Ah.
That's why it has that little bit of
That's why it's
tangy
little,
taste.
It's a little hairy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little woolly.
So, sheep cheese was in short supply. So how much?
Very little.
Yeah.
There's not a lot. So in short supply means not enough.
Yeah.
And you cannot say in long supply.
Or big supply.
Big supply.
No.
Those do not
doesn't.
exist. We only use this in short supply to mean that there is not enough of something.
Okay. So because there's not enough of something, we're usually talking about certain products, items.
Yeah. It's usually like ingredients or things that you need that you need to use or you want to use, but you can't.
Yeah, like butter is in short supply. Or maybe sometimes in the world, like there are short supplies of certain types of food.
Yeah, it's true. But sometimes I've heard this, for example, my patience is in short supply.
Oh, you don't have enough patience.
I don't have enough patience.
Yeah.
But it means like, stop being annoying or I'm going to get angry.
Oh.
That's the meaning of the sentence.
Yes, okay. We'll give you more examples in just a bit. That's why Anton decided to come back, not like, later, but right away.
Right away. Means immediately. So as soon as when Anton heard that there was not a lot of sheep cheese, okay, I've got to go now.
Now.
No waiting.
Yeah. So it does give you that feeling of immediately is kind of long, I feel. The word immediately. So right away, it falls off your mouth.
Yeah,
it just
right away.
Right away.
Yeah.
Right away. It just is a very smooth connection there. So this is like immediately right now.
Yes.
Okay. What does Michelle say?
It really is amazing, isn't it?
And Anton?
It reminds me of when I traveled in the south of France 10 years ago.
So Michelle is saying, wow, the sheep cheese is amazing. Isn't it really good? And Anton says, it reminds me of when I traveled in south of France 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So the sheep cheese reminds him of France.
Right. So we use this phrase when you do something, you hear something, you taste something, and it makes you remember. It causes you to think of something else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that everyone, like food is a great one for this. Foods and smells also often remind us of something else.
I'll tell you something. I had an elementary school teacher. I believe I was maybe in the 4th grade. And every morning she would have those triangular cheeses.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like laughing, yeah. And she would eat this cheese in front of the class.
Oh, gosh.
And I thought, that just looks so good. The way she was eating it, because you would have to unwrap it.
Right.
So later, when I was able to buy my own cheese, I tried it out and I was like, oh, this is not as good as I thought.
But when you see it, does it remind you of your teacher?
So every time I see that cheese, it reminds me of my 4th grade teacher.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's something. And I still remember that so clearly. Okay, Michelle says, cheese can do that. Yeah, it can do that. What does this mean, can do that?
Yeah, so can do that. This isn't completely literal. It isn't exactly the meaning of the words.
Yeah.
Cheese can do that is saying, yes, cheese can remind you of something else.
Right.
But it's kind of like, yeah, that's common. That happens often. Cheese can do that.
Yeah.
That's to be expected.
Kimchi can do that.
Yeah.
Maybe like, ramen can do that. Whatever it is, you're talking about something and you're saying, oh yeah, that response or the way you feel is common.
Yeah. So, for example, like I drink coffee in the morning and like 30 minutes later, I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, coffee can do that.
Coffee can do
That's
that.
a pretty common reaction to coffee.
Yeah. So, drinking coffee on an empty stomach and you're like, oh, my stomach hurts. Yeah. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach can do that. Yeah.
Or like falling asleep in class. Oh, I didn't sleep last night. Well, not sleeping can do that.
Yeah.
You can fall asleep during the day.
That's right.
If you don't get enough sleep at night.
It's a very interesting pattern. Very, very much a native speaker pattern. Okay. It's unlike other foods and how it evokes memory. So, Michelle is saying cheese can remind you of things.
Yes.
It's a little different from other foods.
Right.
It evokes memories. E-V-O-K-E-S. What does evoke mean?
So evoke means to cause to feel, cause to remember, or maybe even cause to do.
Yeah.
So it's a little different from provoke. Provoke is you're trying to make someone mad.
Right.
Hey, that, you're being annoying. Evoke, E-V-O-K-E, means maybe you hear a song and it evokes sadness. It's a sad song, so you feel sad because of that song. The song has evoked sadness in you.
Okay, good word. Okay, so Anton says, I was eating some really terrible cheese the other day and thought of grade school. So I guess cheese has the ability to evoke memories. Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
Anton, I'm surprised to see you back so soon. What can I help you with today?
When you told me your sheep cheese was in short supply, I decided to come back right away.
It really is amazing, isn't it?
It reminds me of when I traveled in the south of France 10 years ago.
Cheese can do that. It's unlike other foods in how it evokes memories.
I believe you. I was eating some really terrible cheese the other day and thought of grade school.
It's time for Power Note. Please turn to pages 100 and 101. This is the time to quickly review, and we give you lots of examples of the expressions that we just learned. To be in short supply means that you have not much. Little is available, or it's hard to get.
Yes.
Okay? Don't waste the toilet paper cleaning a spill. Use a cloth.
Is toilet paper suddenly in short supply?
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, if something spills, there's liquid on the floor, you're going to need a lot of toilet paper to clean that up. But what is your question? Is toilet paper suddenly in short supply? What are you asking?
So usually there's a lot of toilet paper in the house.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't even know if I've ever bought toilet paper in Korea. Because I always get it as a present. And I always get that.
Chipditty?
Yeah.
Housewarming?
Yeah, the housewarming gift.
Yeah.
And I always get 5 million rolls. So in my house, toilet paper is never in short supply.
It's never in short supply.
So here, whenever they're asking the question,
Yeah.
is toilet paper suddenly in short supply? They're basically saying, what? We don't have enough toilet paper?
Yeah.
That would be very surprising.
Right.
I'm going to use the toilet paper I need. Because there's a lot.
In America, during the pandemic, toilet paper was in serious short supply.
It was, yeah.
I mean, people were buying toilet paper left and right.
Yeah.
And it was just like a madness.
Yeah, there was no, you could go to the supermarket, there was no toilet paper to be bought.
Or how about baby formula?
That's true, yeah.
That was also in short supply, too, at that time.
Yeah.
With ammunition in short supply, the soldiers fought with bayonets.
Yes. So bayonets are those little swords at the end of a gun. So if you're in a war and you have no
think
more...
of Napoleon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have no more bullets, the bullets are in short supply, then you've got to find another way to fight the enemy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right. So in short supply, I mean, a lot of the times we see this expression when they're talking about business, economics.
Yeah.
But it could just be, short supply in everyday sort of, household goods.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like fuel is in short supply.
Right.
But toilet paper can be in short supply,
That's
too.
true.
Okay, right away means immediately, right now. There are dark clouds headed this way.
We should leave right away if we want to outrun the storm in the car.
Okay.
Have you seen that movie Twister?
No. So, okay. Hold on. Now, Korean people may not be familiar with a tornado.
Okay.
Okay. We've had hurricane.
Right.
태풍.
Yeah.
But a tornado is when it twists, the air twists.
Twist like a potato.
Yeah, and then it
that's
destroys everything.
Well, they have, so tornado is 회오리 바람, right?
Yeah.
So you have 회오리 감자 in Korea.
That's true.
Right? So it's a storm in the shape of 회오리
Oh my
감자.
gosh, that is so funny.
But yeah, they happen, so typhoons usually know, hurricanes and typhoons usually know they're coming in advance.
Yeah.
With a tornado, you don't. you maybe have just a few minutes.
Really?
So you have to escape right away. I mean, and they're common where I used to live.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just hear the siren, and when you hear the siren, you have to go
under
right away.
Where do you go?
So if you have a basement, you go to a basement.
Basement. Okay.
If you don't have a basement, you go to a bathroom.
Bathroom.
Because the bathroom walls have pipes, so they'll be stronger.
Oh, bathroom.
You try and stay away from windows.
Yes.
Because you don't want any objects to fly through the window.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's what you have to do right away when you hear a tornado siren.
Right away. Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. Well, in LA, it was earthquakes. So we would go under the desk right away when we heard the earthquake drill. Okay. The hostess greeted us right away and showed us to our table.
Oh, good service.
Yeah. So when the hostess greets you right away, what kind of feeling do you get?
They were prepared for us.
Yeah.
We didn't have to wait.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Right. It was like as soon as you entered, like, oh, hello, and welcome to, Power English. Okay.
Yeah.
Cafe. Okay. Remind one of something or someone means it causes a person to remember something. Okay. This town looks really familiar.
Yeah, it reminds me of that town in that horror movie with the clown.
Oh.
Are we talking about It?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know that movie, It, the Stephen King movie? That's true. Sometimes you go into towns and it reminds you of something.
Certain things. Like you feel like deja vu. Like you've seen it before. Right. It reminds you of something. You remind me of my best friend from high school.
That's because I'm his twin.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the way you look. Maybe it's the way you talk.
Maybe it's your smell.
Your smell. Okay.
To be honest, like, you know, like boyfriends and girlfriends, like colognes and perfume.
Oh, yeah.
That perfume can remind you of your girlfriend.
That is true.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. So a lot of things can remind you of things.
Yeah.
Okay. Our power pattern is can do that. Something can do that. Meaning, that's common. Yeah. Too much sun can do that.
It can make you dizzy.
Yeah, dizzy. Okay.
Using margarine instead of butter when baking can do that. It'll mess up your cookies.
That's right.
They won't be crispy.
That's it. Okay, it'll do that. Evoke is a very good word. There's a definition on page 102. And also, while you're there, try our power practice.
Yes.
Let's take one sentence and try to